Forgotten love. I am an old man now. My hair is white and my hands are weak. I sit by the window every day watching the trees outside. The wind moves the leaves softly, and I remember my past. Memories come like waves. Some make me smile and some make me cry. I had a wife. Her name was Sarah. She was kind and beautiful with a warm smile that made every day brighter. We had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, Michael, Jessica, and little David. I worked hard every day at the factory to give them a good life. I wanted them to have what I never did. My wife cared for the house, cooked meals, and helped the children with their schoolwork. Our small house was full of laughter and the smell of fresh-baked bread. Years passed, and the children grew up. They went to high school, went to prom, and started spending less time with us. I understood they needed to find their own way in the world, but it still made me sad. Sarah would always tell me, "John, they will come back. They love us." I believed her. One day Sarah became sick. The doctor said it was her heart. She stayed in bed for many weeks. I took care of her, cooked for her, and sat by her side. I read her the newspaper and told her stories to make her smile, but she was too weak. She looked at me and said, "Take care of the children. They need you." One night she closed her eyes and never opened them again. My heart broke into 1,000 pieces. The house became quiet and lonely. I hoped my children would stay with me and fill the silence, but they were busy with their own lives in big cities far away. They came to visit less and less. One day they sat with me in the living room. Michael said, "Dad, you cannot stay alone. It's not safe." Jessica added, "We found a nice place for you, a home for old people." I wanted to say no. I wanted to tell them this was my home, filled with memories of their mother. But I saw no other choice in their eyes. My heart hurt, but I nodded and went with them. Now I sit here alone. The days are long and the nights are cold. I think of Sarah and the life we had together. I ask myself, did I fail as a father? Did I do something wrong? But there are no answers, only the ticking of the clock on the wall. This place is called Sunny Meadows. It is clean and quiet. There are other old people here, sitting in their chairs, lost in their thoughts. Some of them nod at me, but most of the time I sit alone. The nurses are kind, but they are very busy. They bring me food on a tray, give me my medicine, and sometimes they smile at me. Every morning I wake up early. I sit by the window and watch the sunrise. The light paints the sky with pink and orange, and for a moment I feel peace. Then the day begins, and I feel the emptiness again. I think of my children. Where are they? Are they happy? Do they think of me? I remember the times I carried them on my shoulders. We went to the park for picnics. We played catch with a baseball in the backyard. I worked long hours to buy them new clothes for school and new toys for Christmas. I taught them how to ride their bikes. My hands were tired, but my heart was full. They were my pride, my joy, my everything. But now they are far away. They call me sometimes, maybe once a month. Their voices are always in a hurry. "How are you, Dad?" they ask, and before I can really answer, they say, "We're busy, got to go. Take care." I understand. Life is hard and they have their own families and jobs now. But still, a part of my heart wishes they could visit. Just for an afternoon. One day, a young volunteer came to my room. He was a high school student named Leo. He smiled at me and said, "Hi, sir. Do you want to talk?" His smile was open and kind. I nodded, and for the first time in a long time I told someone my stories. I told him about growing up in a small town, about meeting Sarah at a summer dance. I told him about the day Michael was born. As I spoke, Leo just listened. He didn't look at his phone or at the clock. For a moment, I felt like a person again, not just an old man waiting. After Leo left, I felt a little bit of hope. Maybe I could still connect with people. That night, I decided to write letters to my children. My hands shook as I held the pen. The first letter was for Michael, my oldest son. I wrote, "Dear Michael, I remember when you were 10 years old, and you wanted a baseball glove so badly. I worked extra shifts for a month to buy it for you. The look on your face was the best payment I ever received. I am proud of the man you are. I miss you." The second letter was for Jessica, my daughter. I wrote, "My dear Jessica, you always loved to dance. I remember holding your hands and dancing with you in the living room when you were a little girl. You were my sunshine. You still are. I miss you." The last letter was for David, my youngest. I wrote, "Dear David, I remember our fishing trips to the lake. You were always so excited, even if we caught nothing. It was our special time together. I still think about those quiet mornings. I miss you." I gave the letters to a nurse to mail. For the next few days, I felt a new feeling, hope. Every time the phone rang, my heart jumped, but it was never for me. Days turned into a week, then two. The hope started to fade, like the colors of the sunset. One afternoon, Leo came back. He had a piece of paper in his hand. It was a drawing. It showed an old man sitting on a bench with three younger people and some small children around him. They were all smiling. "I drew this for you," Leo said. "It's you and your family." Tears came to my eyes. This kind boy, a stranger, saw me with my family, even when they were not here. I put the drawing on the small table next to my bed. It was a small light in a dark room. That night, the phone in the hallway rang. A nurse came to my door. "Mr. Adams," she said, "it's for you. It's your daughter." My hand was shaking as I took the phone. "Hello?" I said. "Dad." It was Jessica's voice. She was crying. "Dad, I got your letter. I'm so sorry. We've been so busy, so selfish. I read your letter to Michael and David. We miss you too, Dad. We miss you so much." I could not speak. I just held the phone, and my own tears fell down my face. "We're coming, Dad," she said, "all of us. We're coming to see you this weekend." That Saturday was the best day of my life in years. The door to my small room opened, and they were all there. Michael, Jessica, and David. And behind them were my grandchildren, little faces I had only seen in pictures. They ran to me and gave me hugs. My small room was suddenly full of noise, laughter, and love. We talked for hours. They told me about their lives, and this time they listened to me too. My son Michael held my hand and said, "Dad, this isn't right. Your home is with us." A few weeks later, they moved me out of Sunny Meadows. They found a small apartment for me just a few blocks from Jessica's house. It has a big window that looks out onto a park. Now, I am still an old man. My hair is still white, but my hands don't feel so weak when my granddaughter puts her small hand in mine. I sit by the window every day, but I am not just watching trees. I am watching my grandchildren play in the park. Sometimes they see me and wave. My heart is no longer empty. It is full of a love that was not forgotten, only lost for a little while. And now it is found again.